Slab Hub.
Hey there, comic friends and fiends. It's Rob in front of the Great Wall of Comics, and with me this week is Chris, as opposed to last week we had not Chris.
Yeah,
It was actually funny in your absence. Chip had actually did that. He changed his name so it said not Chris.
the most popular name on YouTube I'm discovering.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All the channels that I subscribe to, it's all Chris. But yeah, apologies that I couldn't make it last week. As
Oh, we should subscribe to me then. Then you can subscribe to somebody named not Chris.
For those that weren't in the loop, I sadly missed Rob's Slab Hub appearance with him focusing on Spider-Man. But I was getting vaccinated, just doing my part. So
Important things.
And for the last 10 minutes, I was in the shower, so I'm squeaky clean, and
ready to rock and roll.
Let's roll.
So we're going to do this this week. I got a couple of things to announce here first. So next week there won't be Slab Hub. It will be off a week because I'll be traveling back from Utah, picking my son up from college, and I'm just not going to bring a box of slabs with me to do it remote. Seems unnecessary.
Somewhere on the road between Nevada and Utah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And assuming that we have guests that come in and join us today, I potentially we'll be doing something to get a prize to give away today. So potentially make that regular. So if you're watching this in the replay and going, damn, there's prizes now for people who are live, then I guess maybe I'll show up and be there live. But anyways, all right. So today we'll bust into this is box 3 because I got out of whack and it skipped over box 3 by mistake of the boxes. So we'll bust into this one. Excuse me. All right. Let me go ahead and get us into our proper feature mode here. All right. Guest commentator on the side and bust now the gate. First one here. What do we have? Am I missing some comments? Nope. All right. 52. Oh, week 7.
Yes.
So this is the only one of these books I have. That's because this is, of course, a first appearance of Kate Kane, who becomes Batwoman.
Yep.
So this is one I actually found. I dug in this was just back bin diving at my LCS store, and when they were doing some sale, so I probably paid like $3.25 for it or something. And
who is the creative team on that one, Rob? I think the cover artist is different from the interior.
The cover artist is J.G. Jones.
Yes.
Interior art is Ken Lashley.
Good Canadian boy. Yep.
And then we have a team of Johns, Morrison, Rucka, and Wade doing the story.
Right.
So,
yeah,
sharing it. All right. Next up, Batman Adventures 12.
What?
One of the many redo ones. This one here, this is a reprint of the first thing. This is the Fan Expo logo variant. Let me see if I can get that in there a little bit better. There. So this one actually is of the reprints. I have like several of these different reprints that were done. This one is the more expensive of the ones I own. This one is got a fair market value of about $170. So respectable.
Now, Fan Expo, for those that don't know, Fan Expo is loosely based in the city of Toronto, where I'm from originally. And they've since expanded the con because it's actually quite a monster con. It's become a 5-day con now, and they do have
5 days.
Yeah, they do have ones across Canada, but they also have a very large one in Dallas. But I can remember specifically when that one was released, and it was gobbled up rather quickly.
Yeah,
it was right at the heart, or pardon me, right at the hype and the prime of Harley when she was
the 2016.
When she first got her own solo series, and that was doing very, very well. And I can remember when that cover came out, and I remember going on a Friday perhaps, and the book was already sold out at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy to have one. Needless
Yes.
to
Yeah, that's a great book.
say. All right. Batman 366. This is our first Jason Todd in costume.
Very nice. Very nice. Is that mid 80s?
This is 1983.
Yep.
Yeah. Joker appearance, first Jason Todd in the Robin costume. So not necessarily he's not Robin yet. He's just taking the costume out for a spin on his
Right.
own.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very nice book. And Jason Todd would only last for another 4 or 5 years before he met his fate. And then of course came back.
Right. But here we do have now Batman 368, 2 issues later, Jason Todd officially becomes Robin.
That's a great cover. That's a great cover. Yeah. Very
This
nice.
is actually, I'm pretty sad that I need to upgrade this. This is one of my books that I did. I must have. I know to have the fact that I have this in a 9.0 means this is one of the books I acquired during my time of just scrolling through eBay and looking at stuff for like under $50 or whatever, or slabs under $65 or whatever it was, and seeing what was there. Because today I probably would have not settled for a 9, so I'm gonna definitely upgrade this book at some point here. Especially now that I've decided to go back and build my Batmans from 300 up, and I'm working in these 300 range. This is okay, but Daddy needs better.
Well, who's the creative team on that particular issue? It's not Dick Giordano on that.
He's on the cover with Ed Head again.
Yep.
Don Newton and Alfredo Alcata are interior art, and Doug Mensch is the story.
Yep. Yeah, Mensch had a nice run on Batman in the 80s there. Very nice book.
All right. So here we have Batman 442.
Yep.
Tim Drake, first actual appearance as Robin.
Very nice. Very nice.
So kind of got our little Robin theme going here.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Make sure I got away from that. So I actually have like 3 copies of this. I could have sworn I had a copy that was signed by Wolfman or Perez, one or the other, but I can't seem to find it to save my life. So I must have gotten rid of it and not paid attention to the fact. The only thing I can think of is I must have. I wonder if I gave it away in one of my first rounds of mystery boxes. In the $65 mystery boxes, because it was only I think it was like a 9.0.
That's still a very nice book.
9.6.
That particular cover is actually pretty popular. It's been homaged a couple times.
Yeah,
I do remember it being homaged a couple times. So yeah, that's a pretty popular book, and a lot of people do like Drake versus Todd as Robin.
I loved him. Well, I like them all, but I mean, Tim Drake, I do think he really. At times, I mean, they do depending on who's handling him.
Right.
He really is a great character and fits all the bills from being a complete character. And actually, one of the ones I'd like to see do more on his own necessarily.
Agreed.
Although I wasn't too fond of this whole Drake thing that was going on.
Yes.
But, all right. Nothing really ever happens in this book. It's not important.
Now we're bringing some heat.
So obviously the 497, the breaking of the bat, the infamous cover here. This is of course the A cover. What's it? There is a variant. I have the variant as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just not. I mean, well, none of them are worth a lot, but I mean,
it was a heavy print run. That's right.
Just a wee bit. It
right,
was
right when everyone thought that
1993.
Oh boy!
So right in the heart of million print runs and such like that. Well, look at that. We have our buddy here, Mr. Slotted Up. He came here just to see. I think I teased him yesterday when I said that we were gonna get it on. I think he misunderstood, but whatever.
But
So yeah,
that's
breaking of the bat, just a kind of a, it's one of those books. It's kind of like the death of Superman. If you're into that, character, you have to have this book. It's not a book that's ever going to put you, you're not going to retire on this book. You're not going to do any of those types of things, but it is a significant key in the chain of events that goes on with that character that you gotta have.
And for those of us that are around our age that lived that bubble in the late 80s, early 90s, where everyone thought, these books are going to pay for college tuition or university tuition. Obviously, it didn't work out that way. But that particular issue and The Death of Superman are affordable and readily available in a 9.8 out there for those of us that want to go back and have a nice mint copy because for nostalgia value. And the fact that cover is iconic really, drives home the point that it should be in everyone's collection. That is a child of the 70s.
Let's put it like this. This cover, looking at this month's transactions on eBay,
yes,
in a 9.8, is roughly going to cost you $75 to $80.
Yeah, that's a steal for nostalgia. For nostalgia alone, that's a steal. And I may have to go hit the bay when we're done here, Rob. I'll be honest.
All right, now this one, I had a couple of these, and I've managed to. The last time this spiked right before Birds of Prey, I got rid of a couple of my issues, so I'm down to just the one, but which I'm not going to get rid of it. But so here we have Batman 567. This is the first appearance of Cassandra Cain, who later becomes Batgirl, Orphan to Black Bat. Also, the first appearance of her father, Orphan David Cain, in this book. So kind of it's a big thing, and of course we're seeing Cassandra Cain's character right now in the current Batman run, retaking on the mantle of Batgirl along with Stephanie Brown, who would later take over Batgirl after Cassandra Cain. So we're seeing them together as Batgirls right now, which is kind of fun.
Yeah,
I love Cassandra Cain as Batgirl. Realistic, to be honest. I mean, as much as Barbara Gordon is always Batgirl in your mind because you grew up with that stuff, but Cassandra Cain's Batgirl is my favorite of the Batgirls, and I have like the whole first run of the Batgirl with Cassandra Cain.
I would agree with you. After the events of The Killing Joke, I thought that Cassandra Cain was a fantastic Batgirl as well. Yeah, but you hit the nail on the head. For most people, when you think Batgirl, Barbara Gordon comes to mind, and then for those that are in the know,
so
right, and for those that are in the know, The Killing Joke happened, and this is why we have multiple Batgirls now.
Yep. So we've touched on, you'll never guess what book this one's going to be here. So we've been doing our Batman runs here. We had our Jason Todd, right? We had our Tim Drake. What could possibly be next?
I even pictured the cover in my mind when you said, what could be next? I think I know where we're going. And yes, here we are.
656, the first full appearance of Damian Wayne.
Yes, big book. That's a big book in your hand right now.
Yeah. So he will, of course, he would later on become Robin. Oh, and by the way, Talia Ghul makes an appearance. This is an Andy Kubert cover.
Ooh, that's right.
And Andy Kubert interior.
Wow.
I should have. That was an Andy Kubert signing. I could have.
That's a superstar book you got right there.
I should have sent my other copy that's in my. I have a short box of books that are in queue to go to grading at some point. And in it is another copy of 656 and 655 and stuff. And it's like, I should have sent it off to get signed because there was a Kubert signing not long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Those Damian books are quickly becoming grails for the Serious Batman collector.
Well, and you can get them still cheap. So that 9.6 on that is got a fair market value of about $75. So it's probably selling. So it's somewhere around that price range and selling usually. So this next book, not necessarily a huge book or anything, but the fact that the grade on this book is a 9.8 is what's impressive on it. And this is Batman Volume 2, Issue 25, 0 year, black embossed on black cover. To get this in a 9.8
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not easy, to say the least.
No.
Sadly, it's only got a fair market value of about $36. Oops, my plastic is. I need to replace my poly bag on it as it's now scratched up. But yeah, that is a that is a matter of fact. That is the note on here that they put is just black embossed cover.
Yeah, that's a very tough book to get in a 9.8. And what comes to mind is also the ASM 911 tribute book. That's also black as well.
The backside
yeah.
still got a lot of black too along its spine too.
Oh
so
my goodness! Wow. Yeah, that's not the book. That's not the book that you crack to get signed. Not only you have it a 9.8, you just appreciate
although with some
it.
silver ink and stuff on that,
Oh, it would look magical.
It would
look fantastic.
Even gold,
yeah.
gold ink, silver or gold, it would look awesome. But no, I would never crack that one. It's just because you're never going to get it back as a 9.8 again.
There's no way. But yeah, that's a nice book.
This is another one that harkens back to the 90s. There are a decent number, but not an easy one also to get in the 9.8 just because it is an all foil cover.
Oh, yes.
Scratches and whatever galore. This is a Tyler Kirkham. This is Batman, full appearance of Gotham Girl, and Gotham are in here. Not that those are huge, but this was a custom variant for Unknown Comics. Even the backside is shiny and foily as well. Yeah. So with an all black, black with foil back, and then this all foil front. I do have a second. I do still have a raw copy as well. It did come with, of course, at least a piece of the paper slip cover over it to help protect it, just because. But yeah, not conducive to handling, to say the least. All right, another variant here for Batman Rebirth issue 1. This is the Tim Sale cover variant. So
yeah, that was a springboard for a very good storyline. Snyder Capullo, if I'm right. And
this one is Tom King still on the story on this here. This is Rebirth. Okay. But because Snyder and Capullo had finished up, they would do the New 52. So book 0 was the transition where with both them and Tom King. Tom King then would do the first 50 whatever issues of this before we would then transition over, or no, more than 50. You go to like the 60s or something like that before it transitioned over to Tinian.
Yes.
But I know some people didn't necessarily care for the Tom King stuff. I liked it. Now, I did also, I thought it was just nice. Maybe it was just that it was so nice just to get Bruce Wayne back in as Batman, because I was tired of Commissioner Gordon as Batman. That just little segment of the New 52. It was an interesting idea, but it really didn't do anything for me. But
I agree. And that was one that just kind of went on a little too long.
So this next one here, this is definitely okay. Tom King went on a little bit because this is also a Tom King. This is Batman 77. So this is the death of Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh,
occurs in this book, and this also has our as Gotham Girl as a variant of Robin, along with the Thomas Wayne Batman. But so yeah, the death of Alfred Pennyworth. Depending upon so far, that still has stuck We haven't seen it get undone yet. I like to not see it undone for a while. I think it's actually kind of neat, especially right now while he's struggling with stuff. And now that they've actually given away his fortune to Dick, it could be that that's going to stick around for a while. But then again, with Infinite Frontier and all times are, who the heck?
Not relative, that's for sure.
Timey-wimey. Who the heck knows? But I think it's a nice change, and I think that the idea of bringing in Barbara Gordon back into the Oracle role to kind of fill some of that. I was kind of hoping to see Bluebird, a little bit more Bluebird come back into that role. There were some rumors that she might, and who knows, maybe she still will. But Harper Row, that was the character name I was escaping me. All right, we'll get into a little run here of some fairly recent stuff here. Batman issue 93. This is the identity of the designer revealed in the first battle between Harley Quinn and Punchline. This being, of course, the B variant cover, the Francesco Mattina cardstock cover. There's a lot of these out there, and you could pick them up. At the time, you could pick them up. I think I was pre-ordering these as a 9/8 for like $39 or something like that. So it was like you were buying the book plus the slabbing, and
I believe that's the book that you just showed there was probably the first or second Batman after the first wave of COVID kind of slowed down and we started getting comic books again. Was it
pretty close because you had 92 or 91 or something like that was around that time, right? Because we had a long tease of Punchline, but we didn't deliver it, and then but there was a bunch of delays because of that.
Right.
Hey there, I see Eli and James Willie pop in. Glad to see you guys here. Make sure you're sticking around here because we are going to do a giveaway here in a couple more slabs. We'll do midway through giveaway to those who are present here to win on Slab Hub. All right. After 93 came 94.
Yes.
This was again the battle of Harley and Punchline, continuing some more nice cover there. Again, the Mattina cover. Yep. Mattina did some great work on a lot of these covers. I've heard a lot of people not thrilled with them, but to me, I thought they were great.
I can't argue. I enjoyed them when they were coming out. I did hunt the B covers on purpose because it was Mattina that was doing them.
Yeah, well, and I was doing the B covers mostly. I liked the more dedication to the art. Being an art collector, yep. I was much more into that. Hey, how you doing there, Chip? Thanks for joining us. But also, I liked the minor bit of a speculator in me with the card stocks. I like the fact that you're going to get if I wanted to grade it, I'm going to get a better grade on it. From that aspect, typically. All right, so this book here, we're going to break away from the Batman now. We're finally done with the Batman for right now. We're going to get into the C's. We got Captain Marvel, current run, issue 1, a little J. Scott Campbell action, throwing back the homage to Marvel, Ms. Marvel 20, which I think we previously, I pulled that slab out. Actually, I have that slab. We did that, I think, in episode 1 or 2, was the Captain Marvel run there. So dig this. I really there was one cover for these that had featured all the different costumes all on one cover. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was just never able to get it, but
now, was that cover, the one that you're talking about, was that an exclusive to his store?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a series of different covers that were, like he does. I'm going to do 5 different covers and make you feel, and then mix match which ones you can get, so that you're in a situation where like, oh damn it,
Yeah.
the 2 I want, I have to get all 5 or something stupid like that.
Yes.
You know?
And then make the ratios just incredibly weird too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There. Is JSC a thing today? When isn't he a thing?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I always got JSE close by.
I have the pencil sketch variant of that one.
Yeah, it's yeah. The lady in my life really enjoys JSC.
It's worthwhile. So here we have an Inyok Lee variant.
Another one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, doing some great stuff. Captain Marvel 8.
Oh wow, very
so
nice.
This was I believe that this one was this was an exclusive. There's a different one that I'm thinking of that was the it was a store and something. So this is the first appearance of Star.
Yes,
who shows up in this book here. So
big spec book. Book. Yep.
And we covered Star previously.
Yes.
On the show.
Yeah, that's a fantastic cover. Lee is doing some fantastic stuff.
So this is the Lee Virgin edition. This is what, like Carnageized or something.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, moving right along. What do you say we do the giveaway? All right. So here's today's giveaway. I have I have a box of Raws, and we're gonna do. Someone's gonna get a five book pull.
Wow, 5.
Some brand out of these books here, and so what we'll do is we'll keep it really simple. Let's see. Give me the number range here. We've only got like 3 or 4 people watching right now, so obviously I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 10. Okay, and so go ahead, guys. Start. We'll put this. Give me a number between 1 and 10, starting now. And the one when I get it, we will go ahead and that person will get their pull here. And
James Willie is just cranking them out.
Well, somebody went way overboard. Oh wow! Okay, stop. Okay,
Chip went a little heavy.
Stop. Yeah, that is weird. And all of a sudden, it comes in a flow. So let me scroll up here and my string in here. So James Willie, it was 6.
Yeah, James Willie's the first one I see with this.
All right, James. You're going to give me. I'm just gonna random pull these rather than do anything else here. So let me kind of move this. I'm going to slide this over so we can see the randomness of my pull. All right, James. Let's see. Let's go. Here's 1.
And stop.
2. Yeah, you tell me when to stop.
All right. And now.
Okay.
Now. We'll let this one go for a little bit. Now.
All right. James, here's what you get. I don't even remember what book this was. I just opened this the other day. Because I got like multiple copies. So what was this one? This was oh yeah. All right, James, first book up. You get the Grayscale issue 5. There's one of those books for you.
I believe that's a that Spider-Man booth exclusive.
Yeah. Well, one with that trifecta, the Illuminati group.
Right.
You got Amethyst issue 1. Fantastic Four 339.
Claim.
Han Solo issue 3.
Well, that's a great cover.
and Star Wars Adventures issue 29.
Very nice.
So
wow.
Congratulations there. James, you hit me up on Instagram with your address, and I'll make sure to get you get those shipped out to you. Congratulations to you, sir.
Very nice. Good for you, Rob. That's kind of you. Congratulations, James.
All right, let me put those back down.
Now let's get back into the hub.
That's right. People want to make sure that they pay attention because I'll randomly be doing those throughout some of my other shows too. So I decided rather than, you always end up with extra books and you can only give so many away when you're doing sales. And I hate doing eBay sales for some of these books and stuff. So it's just easier. Just, you know what, let me give it back, make something, let's have some fun with it. All right. Getting back into the slabs. Let's get it back on again. Is your refractory period over? Are you ready to go some more? All right, boys and girls. Cloak and Dagger.
Yes.
Issue number 1.
Yes. I can remember the day that came out.
Love me some Cloak and Dagger.
Yes.
Let's see. This is a Rick Leonardi and Terry Austin cover.
Back when Terry Austin was inking everybody.
He didn't ink me. What's up? Well, I could use. Oh. All right. This is Detective Comics 850. This is the first team up of Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, who would later form the Gotham City Sirens. A nice Paul Dini story.
It's not a Jim Lee cover, though, is it?
No. This is a Dustin Nguyen cover.
Okay.
All right. New 52. Detective Comics issue 1. Relaunching Detective Comics. So it's the first time there's been a number 1 Detective Comics in a few years.
I was waiting for you to say in our lifetime.
that too, because I may be old, but I ain't that old.
Right. Yeah.
So this is the relaunch of the Detective Comics and a cameo appearance of the doll maker, though he's not seen. I don't know how you have a cameo and not be seen, but that is what Key Collector says. Detective Comics 23.2. This is one of those lenticular. It's not going to show up worth a damn on here. Actually, yeah, unlike the lenticulars that change, this is actually, these are more the depth of field 3D depth on those backgrounds and stuff, and you can kind of see a little bit of change in the back there, but it's more about that depth on these guys. So this is
no, that's not a Jimmy and Amanda book, is it?
No, because this is Detective Comics.
Okay.
As opposed, it just happens. So what they did with all these books is the Detective Comics had 4 of them. Batman had 4 of them.
Right.
And they would have a different villain on the cover, and over the Batman it would be written.
Right. I remember now. Yes.
We'll actually get to the Batman ones where I have all 4 of them with some pretty sexy grades. 2 of them are 10s.
Let's go.
They're not in this box. You'll have to stay. You don't. They're in another box. We'll get to at some point. But
Slab Hub After Dark.
Mark, this is the only one of the Detective Comic ones I have because I really don't. While I've gone back and filled in my Batman run, I've done it under the Batman title. I haven't really gone seeking back issues of Detective Comics. No particular reason other than I think just try to keep focus every once in a while, not be distracted by squirrels. Here we got a fat slab from the Fat Stax. Very recent book, Detective 1027.
Oh,
This is the Silvestri cover variant. And of course, 1000th appearance of Batman in Detective Comics.
where every artist got to make their own Detective
There were
Comics cover,
there were just
including you and me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
mine looks very unimpressive, but yeah, I don't even have a copy of mine because it's so sad.
But yeah, there was actually some beautiful covers that came out in that run. The Arthur
Yeah.
Adams comes to mind, and
I know I didn't. This one I acquired.
Alex Ross. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how I acquired this one because it wasn't one. I must have got it through some mystery box or a prize in something because I know that I did not go out to buy the Silvestri cover. I'm not sad to have it,
right,
at all, but I know I didn't. It wasn't one of the ones I sought out.
Yeah, there's definitely an overpopulation of those covers, but a lot of them were great.
Just like Batman 50.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 800.
Yes, or basically almost every Spider-Man title nowadays.
Any issue of Venom.
Yeah. Or Thor.
Yeah. Star Wars: The High Republic. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Harley Quinn issue 59. This is all about the Chew.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I do dig some of these landscape covers. I mean, it allows us to get a nice different kind of perspective of what's going on there. And that's just again, we've discussed, I love me some Derek Chew. What is my IG, Rob? Well, if you hit the description, it should be here in the description here of this show, James. But it's Rob's with no apostrophe _ Fat Stack. So comics all is one word. But all right. Oh, all right. Here we go. Huntress, issue 1. The first appearance of Helena Bartonelli.
Very, very nice. Who's the cover artist for that one, Rob?
This is Joe Staton and Bruce Patterson. Cover and interior art.
I can't say I've heard of them, but that is a beautiful cover.
No.
Very nice.
Even back then, wearing the high crotch shorts. I hope that it's a good thing her dad's dead because he would never let her go out dressed like that.
Back upstairs and put the rest of those shorts on.
This is a book. This next one's a book. I'm always surprised. I don't know what the print count is. I'm probably going to go take a look because there must just be a billion of these because I'm always amazed that the price is where it's at for a book. This is a 1973 book. It's the first appearance of the Shadow in DC Comics. Now, granted, the Shadow himself had been around for a while.
Yes.
But, it's a significant character and showing up in DC Comics, much like Shazam coming over or Captain Marvel coming over around this time as DC was able to start publishing some of these characters from the Golden Age. Yes. I'm always dumbfounded. I mean, this is a book that you're talking about. Let's see, FMV on a 9.2 right now is listed at $55. And even on a 9.8, see, recent sales right now on a 9.8 are less than $300. What is a 9.2 actual sales? Oh, well, you know what? We don't, in 2021, we've had only one sale and it sold for on eBay. It was $94. So that's actually double what the prices had been in 2020 on it, which makes sense given the way that every slabbed book is going, it seems, in 2021. Right. It seems about par for the course, but still a very affordable book. And I always liked the Shadow.
Very cool hero that almost seems like he's lost on a generation right now because there hasn't been much books published about the character since the Baldwin movie came out there in the 90s and didn't do so well in the box office. It almost seems like they've just
Baldwin was in it. The only person I remember from that movie is Tim Curry.
Right. Yes. And but yeah, he's just not published
Yep.
that much.
What
Like,
evil lurks in the heart of men.
right.
I mean, I used to listen. I listened to a lot of those. I used to have a long commute, and I used to get, just to date myself here, I had a lot of radio dramas on cassette that I would listen to in the car ride,
Yeah.
because it was sometimes I didn't want to listen. I would transit, living in the San Francisco Bay Area. We have a unique set of topography with the mountain ranges and stuff that it's very easy to drive a short distance but lose radio signals from particular radio stations as you cross over a ridge. So when I had a commute that would take me across multiple radio markets, and you would lose the station in a very short distance of time. So I just would listen to radio dramas on tape. I thought they were great. James Woolley played the pinball machine. There you go. I just saved $5 on my car insurance. No. But no, actually, what's fun is I almost picked up a Golden Age Shadow book the other day. I was, so I'm going to release a secret here. It's not really a secret, but I dare say this just because. So right now, you guys are all watching these modern books go ridiculous up in value, right? So while everybody's focused on a lot of these modern books, what's really been nice is the price on some of these Golden Age books, and not necessarily the Batman, the Wonder Woman, the Superman. Those are high because they are, but some of these characters, some of the Captain Marvels, the Wiz Comics, some Dick Tracy, some of these iconic characters. I just picked up a couple Joe Palooka books. I mean, sub issue 10 in very fine condition. Picked up 3 books for like $120.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Mind numbing to me that it'll come back, and they're probably gonna be between 6 to a 7 for books that are from 1946, 1945, and you're like, this is the value is out there if you're willing to look away from where everybody else is paying attention. So I plan on, I've got several Golden Age books that are in motion at various stages. My eventual plan is above this current row that you see, you can only half see here on screen, is I'm going to be adding another row above for my wall that my guests will be able to see. That's going to be all Golden Age books along the top, which is going to be awesome.
Very nice.
Of course, I did also see, I found yesterday a copy of Submariner #1, the Golden Age, available.
Oh,
I only have the reprint, and I've always said I would love to have it, but then I backed off of that because it was a 0.5 grade, and they wanted about $7,000 for it. So I'm back to just being happy with my reprint. All right, back into the Slab Hub here. Here's a book that's been on the rise. Star Wars.
Oh, yes.
Kanan, the Last Padawan. This is issue 1. This is the first cameo appearance of Ezra Bridger, Sabine Wren, Hera, Kanan Jarrus, all of them. They're in a 9/8. First cameo appearance. This book here, let's see. This it's been kind of a hot commodity as rumors are going around with, especially with Ezra Bridger potentially dropping into the Disney Plus shows and stuff they're coming on. This book's selling for just over $300 right now in a 9/8. Not in a PGX 9/8, but in a 9/8. If you want to get a CGC PGX, you probably get this for about $250 probably. Not this one, but you could get one potentially. Really? This doesn't seem like the next book in my... Aha! There's a book listed in my inventory that's not in this box. It's supposed to be in this box.
A stowaway.
Yeah, I mean, this happens. I move books around, and sometimes you don't move them around. So I got to find where issue 6 went. That was the first full appearance of those characters. That's what was supposed to be next. But all right, Wolverine issue number 1, the first cameo appearance of the Pale Girl. This is the this is the 1 in 25 Silva variant.
Very nice. Very nice.
Let's see. There's also the first mention of the Night Guard, who we just saw the Night Guard making an appearance in Wolverine this last week. Wolverine, issue number 1, same firsts and all this one. This is the 1 in 50 Gabriel Del Otto variant.
Sexy Wolverine.
Hey, baby. Let me sink my claws into you.
Yeah. What's the year on that particular release?
This is 2019.
Yeah.
2020.
Okay. Yeah.
And last but not least, same title, different book, or different cover. We have the Ji-Hung Lee variant, Virgin variant.
Yeah.
As he's leaping headlong, right? When we go take on a Sentinel.
That is an iconic cover. Like, I think every Wolverine fan, when they saw that one, like, this is the Wolverine that we remember from the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, the Claremont style of Wolverine, where he's just like, all right, Colossus, fastball special. Let's just get right at him, man.
Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead.
Let's just do it. No matter what happens, man, I'm going in hot. Yeah, that's a great cover. Great cover.
That wraps up this week's Slab Hub. Again, remind everybody, next week, no Slab Hub. I'm picking up my son from university, so not going to take a box of books with me just to be able to do this from the hotel room. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be back with Slab Hub. We've done 2 weeks of books that were not signed, so that means we're back into a box of signed books when we do come back in 2 weeks. And let's see, is there anything really cool in there that I can tease? There is a lot of J. Scott Campbell, it looks like, or at least there's some decent. Not really a lot, actually. I should say there's some J. Scott Campbells in there, along with some Clayton Cranes, Frank Miller. Let's see what else.
Signed?
Who else? Signed? These are all signed, 100% signed.
Ooh.
Ji-Hung Lee. Yeah, some good stuff that we'll take a look at in 2 weeks. So thank you guys very much. By all means, if you didn't watch the whole show, I encourage you to go on back and check out the beginning of the show. Chris, what you got coming up this week?
Thanks, Rob. I'm going to record some videos right now. I have an AOK from Chip Gettler, I believe, who's still sticking around. I'm going to hopefully get that up in some point today. Tomorrow, I'm going to be releasing a video with Mark from Legion of Comics, Two Cool Guys, Two Hot Picks, where we each give our hot pick for this upcoming New Comic Book Day. And then a little bit later on in the evening, Mark and I will be going head-to-head on Rigged on Slotted Up 503's channel.
Nice.
Afterwards, Mark and I will be friendly again, and I'll be appearing on his channel for At Week's End. On Monday, I'll be opening another mystery box. And then Wednesday, from my car, it's New Comic Book Day for me.
Awesome. I'm featured on Cranky Comic Chat. I guess I'm although I've been there all the time anyways. I guess I get the first 10-minute interview to follow the follow-up questions from having been on 10 questions with Jimmy this past week here.
That was great, by the way. That was great. And your choice of Disney Princess, home run, sir. Home run.
It was hard not to go with Frankenfurter, but it was. But Leo, it was like kind of like those that comes quick off your top of your mind sometimes with some of those things.
Yeah.
And then Monday mail call, and then I'll be silent most of the rest of the weekend. I'm off taking care of family business before I return to the fold here. So as always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. James, we'll get you out your stack of books. Tune in next time because I'll be giving away more random grabs. We'll be just reaching and grabbing a handful here on Slab Hub. Thanks for watching, all. Very much appreciate it. Remember, collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including myself, because I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.